So, thank you, Liz, to be here. It is a really nice surprise. I didn't expect you here, and so as I'm doing with other musicians, I'm glad to make a very short interview, and I'd like to ask you something from your previous project and band. For maybe some of the guys, they arrived in the didgeridoo scene in the last few years, and they don't know maybe something you did in the past.
Yeah, well, in the past I had this band Triple D, as you know.
Yeah.
Two didgeridoo players and a drummer, percussionist, Michiel Tijgeler, aka MT Yadaki, was the second Didge player, and Terence Samson on percussion. And really in the early days of all the Didge festivals, we toured and we played on those festivals with a bit of success and fun, a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I remember, if you want to talk about this point, you worked in a quite famous shop in Holland, in Amsterdam.
Yeah, it was Aboriginal Art and Instruments. I think it was the didgeridoo store in Europe for many years, and we even had Australian customers, which is really interesting. But it was just some guy, Melle Smith, who fell in love with the instruments like we did, and wanted to create a beautiful shop with beautiful instruments and beautiful Aboriginal art. And he did, and yeah, it was all, we are all looking for better quality instruments, and I think also the trend was basically what I and Michiel wanted as didgeridoos. So we sort of also made a little bit of trends in trends. I have to pronounce it well. We're both not English, so
yeah.
But yeah. So this is was for many years the shop. I worked there for about 20 years, almost. I think now it's a vinyl store, but in the cellar is still some amazing instruments.
Yeah. I wanted to talk also about this shop because many students or friends, they came to Holland and in Amsterdam. They went to the shop and then they came to me and said, "Oh, there was such a nice girl there who was playing didgeridoo, so nice." And so I always said, "Yeah, I know her. She is Liz." It was a good point where people moved because it's in the center. And what about your next project? Do you have something in mind?
The thing is, with COVID, it's a little bit weird. Just before COVID, I was really like, I'm gonna make the band that I really, I want to play with, the musicians I want to play with. And we started Arches Ensemble and made a nice website. We did recording, and then COVID and everything collapsed. I think we did one live show.
Okay, yeah.
So that's very sad, but hopefully in the future we can record a full album. There's 3 songs on the web, on YouTube, you can find it. And then I sort of got into a classical ensemble. That's Herz ensemble, so in German heart ensemble. And it's 10 people. And we play music from classical, contemporary classical composer Kate Moore, and she won a couple of years ago a very prestigious prize in the Netherlands for classical composers. She was the first female, so it's got a lot of attention, and she won it for a piece that she wrote with didgeridoo.
Okay.
So she really wrote for this crazy instrument, and there's going to be, hopefully in December, I'm going to get more scores. So we're gonna, she's wrote another piece with didgeridoo. So then I have to really, because it's
focus it on that point.
Yeah, it's a contemporary classical, and most of the time I don't like it. You know, for me it's too like unrhythmical,
I know the point.
Yeah, but what she writes is so powerful and beautiful. It's really a trip. Kate Moore, check her out. The piece is called The Dam, and in January I have to be back in the Netherlands because we're gonna record a CD with this song also.
Yeah, and I know you are also built, or you are building a studio in your house.
I have a music studio now recording. Yeah, so that's working. That's great, and now I'm touring. So hopefully my friends are using it with a lot of care. And
Okay.
it's not in my house, but it's in somebody else's house. Really simple, but perfect for recording. So that's.
And so, just to conclude the interview, I always ask if you want to talk something about your experience you had in the past that can be curious for.
Yeah. Well, I love the story that you came to Berlin. We were doing a concert in Berlin.
Yeah.
Why were you there, by the way?
Because I was an Afghan friend, and we usually used to meet in October or November every year for 1 week, 10 days.
Oh, nice.
And so, in that occasion, he said, I have to introduce my CD, to present my CD in a concert, and so there will be even Lies and Olga and so on.
Yeah. So that was maybe the CD Regen.
Yeah.
Yeah, super. So yeah, we were also invited to play, right? Do a concert. So he presented his CD. And you were there, and then we all stayed in Holger's house or something, which was amazing. I don't know what happened to him, by the way.
I think he's still playing, but we will check. Because he is such a nice guy.
Yeah.
So
I think one of the reasons I got all these gigs was because of him writing this amazing review in the Didgeridoo and Co magazine.
Yeah. Nice period when we had that magazine.
Yeah. But for me it was really interesting because we really connected there, and it was really nice. And you were living then in Torino, like in a house with lots of neighbors and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember we wanted to jam, and you played so softly, and I was so loud because I was playing on the streets of Amsterdam.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's also our personalities, let's be. Yeah. I'm loud and you are...
Yeah, I try to stay calm pretty everywhere.
And I'm out there.
I use the loudspeakers.
Yeah. That's perfect. But I remember jamming and I couldn't hear you, and it was just overpowering you completely.
Yeah.
But that's also, it's interesting, you know, where you come from. You from playing softly, doing all these beautiful, fine things, and I was just like, hear me, yeah, in Amsterdam. Yeah, so.
Yeah, okay.
And that I think is a nice story.
Yeah, thank you very much. And now I make some videos about you playing Didgeridoo and Ngoni.
I think we with Ngoni we should try to have a Didgeridoo Ngoni jam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why not?